squad for the AFCON, and it includes 11 Ghana Premier League players. Also includes regulars like Andre Ayew, Jordan Ayew, Thomas Partey, Mohamed Kudus, and Danny Amate. It also includes the likes of Joseph Pinsel, Fatal Isahaku, Baba Idrisu, Baba Rahman, Gideon Mensah, and a host of others. The Black Stars are set to name their final squad before the January 3 deadline stipulated there by CAF. We'll now go on to Zoom and speak to Clinton, a electoral football analyst, just to have his thoughts on that Black Star squad, focusing on the 11 Ghana Premier League players, 5 from Midiama. They get a chunk of players coming from the Ghana Premier League. Thanks for joining us, Clinton. Just your brief thoughts on the 55-man squad presented to CAF by Chris Hughton, Black Stars manager.
All right. I don't think anyone should be excited because if you look at the list, there are lots of players there, and if you think they're going to call the 55, it's absurd. So we should just wait for that final list before we can get excited. I've seen some names, the Ghana Premier League names, some names that shouldn't be there in the first place. So I think no one should get excited. Let's wait for the final list to see which player will make the cut.
When you say some names that shouldn't be there, can you just specify? You follow the league a lot. It seems that people are satisfied with the number that has been presented, but it doesn't look like you are satisfied with the content as in the individuals who are in the list.
Not necessarily. If you look at Nations FC, they're doing well. The Great Olympics players, some of them, Great Olympics are struggling. So I don't think any of the Great Olympics players will be going to the AFCON. They won't be in the final list. And then for Kotoko, I know I said on Twitter that Kotoko, Richmond Lamptey should be considered. I didn't say it's the must that he should be picked for the AFCON. I didn't say they should pick him. I say he could be considered. And I don't expect him to be in the final squad. Not because he's not good. It's just that they have more experienced players there. Unless there's a miracle, there's something they call a miracle or fever for a player, and someone gets injured and he eventually gets the spot. But I think the Great Olympics player, Nations FC players, I don't think they'll make the cut. If anyone should make the cut, I think Jonathan Soa, Fatal Hamidou, and one player from Dreams FC, I think John Entry, because of his experience and his performance in the CAF Confederation Cup.
Speaking of the CAF Confederation Cup, a player that has basically stolen the headlines for over here in Ghana is Abdulaziz, the youngster. And he scored a brilliant goal today. Surprisingly, he is not part of that list to the AFCON. Do you think it's fair considering his age, or if you're going strictly in terms of merit, do you think he should have been there?
Yes, he should have been there because he's a player that can pop up any time and produce a moment of magic. To watch the first game, the game they played against Academica de Lobito, and the first leg, he just popped up and just scored from. No one expected him to score. He just played the ball and scored. So I think those are the kind of players. If you at all you want to get young players into the team, I think player like Abdul Aziz should be in the team. I would be very, very surprised if that player is still a Dreams FC player next season, because I'm sure a lot of top clubs will be inquiring for him. He should be in the squad, in that 50-man squad. Yes, he should be there.
You follow, you've witnessed today's game between Young Africans and Midiama, and then the Dreams FC game also. Let's start off from the one that didn't really end well for us in Midiama. They were second best on the day, but they had some good moments too, especially that penalty miss. At that point, it was still 1-0 against them. Had Jonathan Soa scored, it would have been 1-1. But sum up their performance for those who didn't watch the game. What sort of performance was it for them?
Well, I think Yanga played very well from the beginning. Young Africans played well from the beginning. After they got the goal, they had another chance to score, which they couldn't take. And I think the Jonathan Soa penalty that he missed should have been a turning point, because if they had gotten that, young Africans would come out, so they'll be very angry. They want to get the goal to put them in front. And Mediama, they're very good in counter-attack. They could have used the opportunity to counter young Africans. But I think after Jonathan Soa missed that penalty, it demoralized the team. You can see the reaction from his teammates when he missed the penalty. They all put their face on the floor from the bench. And I think it affected the morale. That is why they couldn't even score a single goal in this game. I think the penalty demoralized the entire team.
Thank you so much for your time, Clinton Leto, sports journalist and analyst. Also, Let's still stick with the Black Stars, and the president of the Ghana Football Association, Keto Kreku, has called on Ghanaians to come together and support the team as they prepare for the 2023 AFCON in Cote d'Ivoire. Kreku is confident that the Black Stars will have a much better outing in Cote d'Ivoire than they did last time around in Cameroon, where they exited at the group stages.
Indeed, at the last outing, it didn't go well. Everybody in Ghana saw what happened. We are looking forward to having a much better outing at the AFCON. Fortunately for us, it's happening just next door to us, and we'll call on all Ghanaians to be supportive of our Black Stars. That is the national team that we have. And even if it is that the national team are not scintillating as we would love, that is the national team we have. And it's important we throw our weight behind the boys so they have the right levels of energy to be able to perform for Mother Ghana.
President, when you say the team is looking to perform, what will be that realistic target for the Black Stars in Cote d'Ivoire?
I think we are here to talk about techno and the Ghana Football Association. I'm not here to speak really about the AFCON. But obviously the AFCON is right around the corner, and we want the Black Stars to excel. This initial partnership is for a 6-month tenure, hoping that we would extend it for more years along the line. Indeed, it must be mutually beneficial to the FA and to Techno. And when we play our part, and when they are happy, and when they play their part, and we are happy, I'm sure we will extend this relationship.
A former goalkeeper of the Black Stars, Fatal Dauda, has urged Ghanaians to erase the erroneous perception that he used juju to replace Adam Kwarase as first choice goalkeeper of the Black Stars during their time together. In an interview with Joy Sports' Muftar Nabila on Prime Take, the 38-year-old says the stories were made up.
About Kwarase. When I was going to play the game, he came to my room to tell me, Fatao, you are going to make us win this cup. So I'm supporting you. Let's go and do it. I remember the game after Cape we came back to the hotel. He was having some Samsung. He bought some Samsung, new one. Yeah. New. That time, phone. That Samsung phone. Very expensive. Kwarase, he has this white people mindset. So he came and said, Fatao, this boy, I bought it for $1,500. But give me any amount and take it. I'm dashing it to you. And so I have 500. I said, no, bring it. So it's like he dashed me the phone after that game. And then Kojo Asamoah also called me in his room and gave me $1,000 because of that game. Anytime we play the game, before we finish tossing, whatever we do, Kwarase will come, hug me before I go to the field. So, you know something? If you are strong in prayers and people are trying to get to the road, they will tell you you are a devil. I will never in my life go and do. What I do is I pray to get protected, not to get injuries. I can never pray to tell God to let me perform because, okay, if I sit down, I don't train, how can I perform? No, you need to train. You need to learn the basics and go and perform. The only thing you can pray for is maybe to avoid injuries.
So you didn't do juju for...
I prayed a lot. Me, whenever I'm going to play match, let me tell you, the ships I slaughter in my life is good about 300. 300 ships in my life, I'm telling you. And if I'm going to pray, they don't pray for me alone. They pray for the whole team.
So why do you slaughter them?
It's prayers. I need to pray. I'm Muslim. I believe in Quran. You have to recite the Quran and then slaughter. I did it. And have you heard me getting injured in the national team before? Never. I will never get injured.
So there was no discord between you and Kwarase at the 2014 World Cup?
Never. I'm a player. Whatever the coaches ask you to come in, you come and do it. So I know people are listening to you. People are watching. They should take that thing off their mind. Even today, if you meet Kwarase, we talk nicely. I like he's an agent now or something like that. I don't know.
Coach. He's coaching here.
Yes, I'm also coaching.
Joined in studio by two members of the Slim Smiles Foundation, the organizer for the event. That's the Juvenile Under-17 event, and also the CEO of Slim Smiles, Albert Kote, and then Jesse Norty. Thanks for joining us. Let's start with the organizer. Yeah. Let's talk about the event. What is it? Where is it happening? And what is the theme and then the aim of the event?
Yeah, thank you very much. It's a grassroots football event. We are doing this in support of grassroots. You know, our organization, we are into a lot of activities, but we mainly focus on the grassroots. So it's a U17 tournament that we are hosting for clubs that we have invited to come and participate. Actually, we went around and then we scouted the clubs. We went to the districts within the coastal belt and then we picked those who we think they can meet the demands and expectations. So we picked, for example, a club in Tansoma, Great Somas. They are coming. I mean, do you know Zinaps? The club that produced Clifford Abuaji and Amati, they're also coming. We have Aljana from Nungwa. We have Soccer Angels. They produce Shamokwe, the legendary Shamokwe. Yeah. They're also coming. So this is a program mainly to support grassroots. And that's what we are coming to do this very Friday at the Teshi McDam Park, at the new hospital which has been built. It will be held there, and that's where we hosted the event.
Jesse, let's come to you. You are the founder, CEO of Slim Smiles. Albert has given us a small indication of what you do, but what exactly is it that you do? When he says you focus on grassroots, what exactly is it?
Also, what do you mean by grassroots? Is we focus on the upcoming talents, instead of looking at those that are already developed, we focus on the very new ones coming up. Because when you look at football marketing now, most international clubs, they like to get players that are young. So we try to push the young talent out there to be seen, because as of now, I wouldn't say our media structure is very strong. So I do my best to put them out there, something like doing this right now, and it goes worldwide for everyone to see that, oh, these are the talents we have in Ghana, for them to be, what's the word? To be...
for them to see, and of course, maybe they'll get an opportunity to go outside. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about the event. Still on the event, what is in it for the teams or the players? Are there scouts coming in? What's the trophy, prize money? What exactly?
Exactly. This is our second edition, and we are bringing in the national 17 coach. Like he will be there. We are bringing in scouts from outside to come and also witness the event. We are bringing a lot of, legends, football legends, the Eric Bequeens, the Don Botes, the Joseph Tegos. They are all coming there to come and inspire this young generation coming up. So we are bringing a lot of mentors. A lot of people to look up to when it comes to, those who played under 17 and the 20s. We are bringing them to speak to the players, engage them in a small clinic some way, somehow, so that they also understand where they are now and where they are heading to. So we are putting this together. Aside that, there will be medals for the first, second, and third. There will be prize money. There will be a big, giant trophy. But the motivation is we want to give them confidence. We want them to have a belief that there's so much in football that when they pursue, they'll get to the top.
Okay, let's talk about the structure of the competition. How is it like? How many teams? Is it a knockout format?
It's a all play all, and we have 8 teams on board. It's gonna be like an all-day event. There will be food, security, first aid, everything is just fixed already. So they just have to show up and exhibit their talent.
For somebody who focuses on grassroots, let's broaden the conversation. How difficult is it during this time, especially finding talent, trying to mold them, and because the world is global now. Everybody is doing this football team. People are advancing their coaching education and things. So for you in Ghana, how difficult is it to get your talents to match up with those who are coming up in the rest of Africa and Europe?
Like I said earlier, the world now is media, social media now, and I would say most kids don't even have the means to afford, like, let's say, a phone or to put themselves out on social media to be seen. It's really not hard to bring them together, but putting them out there is a problem. So I took it upon myself to bring them out to be seen, like using my power through media to show the world that this is what we got here. By bringing them together, it's not a problem.
Finally, is the event, how, in terms of access, is it free? Who can come? Is it open to all?
Yeah, thank you very much. I think it's a juvenile program, so it's free for all to attend. We are not taking gate fees. We are rather giving appearance fees to the clubs. We are giving them lunch. We are giving them the best of security. We are just putting up a structure that they will feel free, come and play, and they'll get access to the agents that they'll be looking for. And we're speaking to the clubs to produce or to bring up the best of players that they have. And the more reason why we are doing this is for the government and for the Ghana Football Association to realize that we cannot have the Michaelesians, the Stephen Appiahs, the like these things if we don't focus much on grassroots. And we are happy that the GFA is very serious with juvenile football now, and we are adding our widow's might. We are putting up our efforts so that we all join hands to build a better foundation, a better bedrock for our football.
Thank you very much. If I come, I'm expecting good football and some good kebab. But those are the organizers of the Smiles Foundation. They are organizing a juvenile event. It's an under-17 juvenile event for football, so you can go there, enjoy yourself, enjoy some good football, and maybe you can catch the next superstar in Ghana. But that brings an end to Prime Sports here on Joy News. My name is Daniel Kronti.